Hello, how are you? How's your week been? I hope you're well. Kate here, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster wheel to happiness. And founder of Shine Your Light, Goddess Shine Your Light, the boot camp to help you shed the shackles of the past, both this life and previous lives, so that you can shine your light brightly in this world and achieve your dreams, wishes and goals as you go. So I hope you've had the most magical week. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and I hope you're enjoying it as we're approaching the summer solstice and the energy is just building. We are in a sort of like almost new moon, but we're in that kind of period where it can be a little bit like what's going on, because there's a period between sort of, dark moon time before the moon gets new, and depending on when you watch this video you might be feeling like or you might be like yay which is often how I am in the moon phases. So as the moon gets smaller and then the moon gets larger, my energy builds with that, and it's always wonderful to pay attention to that and pay attention to your energy through the phases of the moon, because your energy might be different. You might have lots of energy on the dark moon and absolutely none on the full moon. It can be so interesting just paying attention. So as always, I've put out a video, a weekly card for you. However, for an update from my Facebook woes, those who watched last time, I'm still hacked. My account has totally been disabled. My Instagram account has now also been hacked and is apparently sending out spam to people, asking them to invest in things. It is nothing to do with me. If you get any messages from me about a photography competition, investments, Bitcoin, anything that's not to do with mynaturalhappiness.com, please ignore it. It's not me. I do not have access to my Instagram account at the moment. It's somebody has still got hold of it. I'm reporting it daily. I know lots of people are being kind enough to report it daily. If you're on Instagram, if you can report my natural happy, is Kate the Happiness Fairy or the Happiness Fairy? Anyway, but those of you who follow me on Instagram, please, if you're feeling kind, could you go and report that as being a hacked account, and hopefully we'll get it taken down, because it's ridiculous. It's, last week I was upset that Facebook had completely taken my account down. Now I'm upset Instagram haven't taken my account down, and somebody is spamming all of the people in my contacts folder with stuff that's nothing to do with me. So if you're on Instagram and are reading this, please report my account as being hacked, because I'm doing it daily and I'm hoping it's not doing any good, so maybe other people will help as well. So yeah, it's been really interesting, because it's now been over a week that I've not had access to Facebook or Instagram. And I do have another account, which is how I'm able to report it, but I'm not linked with a lot of people there, so I'm not seeing any news. And it's been really interesting, because I've gone from panic to being that it happened, to being like, oh, it's nice not having access, to now realizing how much we rely on Facebook for contacting people, for finding out about events, for just news of what's going on in our local area. It's really become a place that everybody goes. And I know one of my friends got hacked about 2 months ago, and she went through a similar thing, which, if you're friends with me on Facebook, then note that this might happen in a couple of months' time. I had an email to say someone's trying to change your password, is that you? I was driving at the time. By the time I stopped, which was an hour later, if that, it'd already gone. They'd already hacked into my account, they'd already disabled my account, it was gone. So it was literally less than an hour. And I think what's been really interesting is it's a real eye-opener to how much we rely on that platform and how little control we have to the data that goes on there. And so if I do get my account back, I will be using it very differently. So yeah, it's been interesting. I'd like my Facebook account back. However, I'm still enjoying the breather. But universe, I'd like my Facebook account back, please. Thank you. Right, so yeah, there's an update to that because I know I've had some lovely messages, and thank you to everybody who's messaged me about it, and a massive thank you to the Hen Shop. The Hen Shop is continuing to share my weekly message of love, and a massive thank you to the Hen Shop, because it's the only way I can go online at the moment. There you go. Right, so as always, I pulled out a card for you for watching this video, and we have old ways, which is interesting because, you know, if I think about, although Facebook's quite new, but it's been interesting noticing how many times I go to open that app, and obviously I can't log on, and it's just habit. So that's one of the old ways that I've been stuck into. So are you stuck in your old ways? Are you still doing the same thing day in and day out, even if it is not efficient? Do you still feel like you have to do things in a certain way, even if it is not the best use of time? This card is guiding you to release the old ways that are holding you back and embrace a new way of being and doing. This card gives you permission to release what is no longer serving you well. This card says it's okay to change, adapt, streamline, and release the old ways that no longer serve you, honouring and keeping the old ways that do serve you. And so it is with gratitude. And I think that's really quite beautiful. And for me, I think that's been a huge part of my move, has been releasing old ways. And so a question to you there is, what is it that you just keep doing and nothing changes, and it's just the same thing day in and day out, and you feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall? And sometimes when we get caught up in that, we can not really see the bigger picture. And I've been guilty with that. I've absolutely been guilty of that in the past. So, you know, it's something that every now and then, when we sort of step back and think, well, why am I doing that? Is it actually serving me? And just having that moment of seeing if you can do something different, or if you can just change things slightly and maybe get a different result. And me sort of thinking about things like that changed massive amounts of how I do my business, how I run my business, how I talk to people, because, you know, sometimes you can get caught up in doing the same thing day in and day out, and it can be exhausting. So your second card for the week for watching this video, Goddess Dream Oracle deck, Wendy Andrew. Love these cards. Connection. We are all connected. With air, the breath of Goddess gives us life. The swirling winds of divine breath move around the earth. They link all beings and carry within them the secrets of our ancestors and the sorrow and laughter of our fellow beings. If you pay attention to the air that you breathe, you can begin to experience this connection. Spend time practicing breathing meditations. Sit quietly and become aware of your breath as it enters your nostrils. Let it fill your lungs, and then pause for a moment before gently, slowly breathing out, feeling the warm air as it leaves your nostrils. Are you breathing the air, or is the air breathing you? Let yourself experience the oneness with the air around you. Send comfort to those fellow beings who are sorrowful, and smile with those who are happy around the world. We are all connected. We breathe the same air. If you are feeling weighed down with difficulties, sitting like an empty, receptive vessel can help you hear the messages of Goddess as she whispers the secrets of life to you. She may be softly heard in the stillness between breathing out and breathing in. Your stillness will be rewarded with clarity of vision and imagination. Goddess will lift you weightless on feathered currents where you may see life's obstacles dissolve and blow away. Be aware of birds as they swoop and glide in the winds. They are borne aloft by Goddess, and they remind us that we all owe our life to her sweet breath. The affirmation, as you slowly breathe in, I inhale peace. And as you slowly breathe out, I exhale worry. I inhale peace. I exhale worry. I inhale peace. And I exhale worry. That's a beautiful card. And we are all connected. And it's so beautiful when we can sometimes feel a bit isolated and just spending a few minutes. I quite often, not every day, but I'll often lie down as I wake up. I'll in between snooze buttons, I'll do meditation, because that just helps me relax my body and get ready for the day. And so in between snooze buttons, I'll relax my body, mind and soul. And very often, not always, I'll send out some love to the universe and feel the connection of the whole world. Just feel that connection that I am part of this world, and I'm a tiny weeny cog in this, and it can really help me feel connected to love and truth and people around the world who are meditating at the same time and are just sending out a wave of love to the world. And it's quite beautiful, and I don't do it every single day. It's a really wonderful practice to do, because especially sending out love to the world is always amazing. And if you're on your own, or if you're feeling just as if you want to connect to some other human beings, in COVID it was particularly useful, not so much now because we can all mix a bit more, but just having that connection to other people around the world and feeling that connection of we're a tiny cog and one of so many humans can just make a difference. And so that's something I do quite often. And actually stepping away from Facebook and that electronic connection, I've had to go back into that energetic connection, and that's been something I've realized I haven't done as much of. So it's really been interesting paying attention to how much Facebook has taken over my world, and Instagram, since they became a thing. So yeah, it's strange not being on. I'm missing out on things. I'm feeling Shine Your Light Goddess, the group. I usually post there. I usually post on my natural happiness page. Can't do any of that at the moment. So, but please note, I am not sending out anything about photography or Bitcoin or anything like that. All of that is scammers. So there is your weekly cards. And in terms of announcements, we've still got Shine Your Light Goddess, the bootcamp open. We've got our monthly call Friday. So if you can join, it'll be lovely to see you. And we have the Avebury Goddess Retreat that's open for enrolment as well. If I can serve or be of service to you, please reach out and let me know. Sending you a massive huge hug of love. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. With so much love, Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com. Have a magical week. Lots of love.